Well, good morning everyone, and welcome aboard today's flight. We're going to repeat yesterday's flight from Salt Lake City to Denver, and hopefully we'll have some differing results. Turn that off. Don't need that on. There we go. Just turn the dome light off and the floodlight for the pedestal. Don't really need that right now. Alright, so we're going to get started here. A few things to get kicked off. Now, why did that move? Alright, so we've got our, to the extent that you guys might be able to see this, I'll put it up here. Let's see. And let's take a look and see if I can get the repeat yesterday's layout. So I don't know if we need to have that up, but we will try to minimize as much as I can on the screen so it doesn't create any unnecessary delays or any of that sort of thing that could precipitate issues. And man, I tell you, the mouse is so much nicer than these touchpads. Okay. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so we have that in. I was just updating this banner that I have up the top, the progress bar, that somehow the colors got all wonky, so I had to fix that. Alright, so hopefully we've got some good audio going. I think everything should be fine. Alright, so we'll leave that there. And I cannot do anything setup wise on that app because it is logged in as a different user. Okay, go to Southwest Virtual. Okay, and I can probably, well, no, maybe I can't do that. I was thinking, no, that's going to be a long way to do it. Okay, never mind. A little delay in the action there. Get rid of that. Flight number, and we'll put Salt Lake City as the departure. So I'm working on trying to, I don't know, I'd chat with you guys, tell you what I'm doing, go through some of the details of the planning stages. You know, it's always interesting when you watch other people stream and you take for granted kind of all the stuff that's going on and what the content creator's talking about when he's doing his flight preps, etc., etc. Okay, so we're not showing 1536 again. What, did they remove that flight because it was a bummer or what? That's interesting. No 1536. That's really interesting. I'm just out of curiosity seeing. Oh. Well, we're going to get rid of all of this, and I'm going to find 1536 because that's how I roll. When something happens that's not normal, I am going to drill down until I figure it out because I do not like, someone would say that's my OCD kicking in. Alright, so let's find 1536 because that's what I flew yesterday. Why isn't that flight showing up today? There it is. Salt Lake City to Las Vegas. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe they changed the number. Okay, well, we'll blow that back. I'll have to edit so don't pay any attention to I'll maybe go do that, the flight information on the screen there. I'll change that later. So, okay, so maybe that's the deal. Alright, so let's see. We'll lose 1536. Get rid of that, and then we'll just we'll go back and pick up another one. I really had no idea that they changed those things. I would think that flight number would be, would stay with that city pair. Shows what I know. Alright, there's 333 to Denver, 3345, Southwest 3345, 3345, 3848. I like that one better. Sounds better. 3848. And that is an 800. 3848. And we'll dispatch it, even though I'll fix it in my preferred format. Okay. Originating checklist. We are working on the dispatch now. We are on BAT, and the battery's guarded. The standby power is guarded. Alternate flaps are off and guarded. Fuel pumps are off. Wipers are off. Hydraulic pumps are off. Landing gear is down. 3 greens, 3 greens. Weather radar.
Monitor radar display.
Alright, so let's go back up here.
Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
Dashboard. 3848. So that's good. We're going to edit that because we want to change the profile. And that's a 737-800. And that's the ProSim profile. Alternate, we'll throw in an alternate just for, that's Colorado Springs, and the OFP layout we're going to change to Lido. Step climb's not required, but I like to put them on there anyway, just to save that default, and we'll generate. Okay, fire warning tests. Fault in up, 2 lights, 4 lights. 1, 2, 3, and 6 squibs, 3 greens. So there's several lights that come up on the fire panel whenever you do the test, and that's what I was counting off when I said 3, 6. Alright, APU, we are on ground power. Voltmeter, we're going to put cabin utilities on. Ground power, we have 115 volts. That's good. APU, bleeds. We're on Recirc's auto. Packs are on auto. Engines are on. And the APU switch is off. Bleeds or switch is off. This is showing on, but it's not. We're going to start the APU though. That's left over from the previous recycling of the cockpit, trying to get everything up and running correctly, which can sometimes be a bit daunting. Let's go ahead and do our init position here. Okay, Salt Lake City. I know I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to order of doing things, but I've just been sort of taken aback by the fact that so many things are not functioning the way they should. And KDEN, at least not the way they should in my mind. Alright, so let's see. That's the same. Speaking of FSC, okay, so I've been experiencing some sporadic behavior with the overhead. I'd get backlight modules that would just, I'd look up and they're out. And then I would adjust the brightness for the backlight panel and then they would come up. So that was sporadic, but then I'm concerned because I'm not getting the power test on the window heat is not functioning the way Boeing says it's supposed to work. And everything according to CP Flight is supposed to be functioning on this panel, and for the most part it works awesome, but that power test is not working. So they're suggesting running the CP Flight panel test first, which I'll do after this flight. So I'm just communicating back with Giovanni at FSC. Sounds good. New stream now. Let's see, regarding the problem with the TQ disconnect, I'm going to send you an email to introduce you to our software developer. He will help you with this problem, trying to understand what's happening. Oh, well, good. So he's putting me in direct contact with the gentleman that writes the custom software for Flight Simulator Center to determine what's going on. Why does this thing keep disconnecting? So appreciate that, Giovanni. That'd be great. And to the extent that Mr. Luciano Napolitana, pardon me for mispronouncing his name, if he wants to check this out, have him view the stream. Awesome. I look forward to our dialogue. Okay, so good customer service from those guys over there. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys. All right, so where were we? We got our legs, and we will get to our departures here shortly. All right, so continuing on the checklist, electrical panel. I just enable the cab utility and the passenger utilities. IRS, we're going to go to nav 1, nav 2. Get those started. Emergency lights are armed and guarded. Air conditioning panel, I've got them all in the auto position, so that's good. CDU, okay, so we got the present position. Flaps are up. Parking brake is set. Have to turn it off and then lift it again and it'll come up with the green light. That's probably just a normal setup. So, all right, you guys can't really see it. I'm sorry. I have my app up on my probably leave that up there. I have my Love Cars app up here on this main screen, and hoping that maybe you guys could see it, but you can't really. It's too small. It's too white rather. Okay, so Southwest 3848. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and launch that now, just so that it's running in the background. And then there's, I do have a, speaking of that, let me see if this doesn't help. Yeah, that's better. So it's got a dark mode, so that makes it a little bit easier to see. A lot of really cool features on this app. So in our dispatch, now that's going to be, let's see. Yeah, that would be awesome if it pulled up Hong Z, so that's the same. One way we can find out is I can go to, let's view the, what I'm looking at is, I would think that the Southwest Virtual would always give you the Love Cars, I mean the Southwest format OFP, but it looks like it gave me the OFP that I filed, so that's awesome. So that's the Lido format, which I really am glad they don't default to the Southwest, because I prefer this one. Alright, so let's see what our zero fuel weight is, 121. Okay, continuing on the checklist, parking brakes, and we have 1,000 psi. I'm going to go ahead and put, yeah, so with A's off and B's on, now I've got 3,000 psi in the parking brake, so that's better. Okay, exterior lights, we're going to go steady on the position lights. Pre-flight LED devices, that's good. Our APU is started, so we're going to go ahead and move that here. Correction. I'm going to enable the APU and then put our bleeds on, and I'm going to shut off this ground power stuff that we have coming here. There we go, so that's done. And then the next thing I'll need here will be my CG, which that's showing 2008. Okay, and charts, get that loaded up. Yeah, okay. So LE devices are tested. That's good. Intercom phone is off. Just checking those lights again just to make sure they work, because they did not work when I first powered up twice, and they just decided to come on afterwards. Alright, reversers are extinguished, ECCs are on and guarded. Check. Oxygen pressure is 15 for crew, and the passenger oxygen is guarded and normal. Flight recorder test. What that actually does, I have no idea. Lights off now. Mach speed check 1. Mach speed check 2. Stall warning check. Check 1 is good. Check 2 is good. Landing gear position, we confirmed that already, 3 greens in the upper as well. PSEU is extinguished, and annunciator light is checked. Crew oxygen is checked. Lights check. That's good. Good check. Flight controls. A and B, alternate flaps and spoilers, A and B are guarded. So flight controls, A and B, spoilers, A and B, alternate flaps are guarded. Yaw damper is on. Confirm. Navigation panel, normal, normal, normal. Display panel, auto and normal. Fuel crossfeed. Turn it on and check. Dim light, bright light, dim light. Confirm, check. Electrical panel, checked. APU confirmed 120 volts. Equipment cooling, the supply and exhaust are in normal positions. Emergency lights are guarded, armed and guarded. Passenger signs, smoking is on, and fasten seat belts in auto. And here we go with our power test for our windows. So the first thing to do, recycle the window heat to on and off after the test. But it shows on the checklist from the FCOMS, which is your flight crew operating manual, to turn them on. And of course the lights come on. I have 4 greens. Then I do an overheat check. The green lights go off and the overheat light comes on, which is correct. Turn the overheat off, recycle the lights, and a power test should bring all 4 of those lights on. The power light should come on and the overheat should come on to make sure that all the annunciators are working correctly. Yes, I can push them and they do come on, but that's not how that's supposed to work from my understanding. So, alright, so after that we'll put our window heats back on. Probe heat test. So while I'm doing this, let me show you guys something. I have this cockpit companion, Boeing cockpit companion, that you can see in the upper right hand corner of the stream. So what's cool about this is I can punch into any section of the cockpit and look at these. So where did I find this information out about this? So here it is right here, and if you push the test, it tells you exactly what is supposed to happen. The overheat test, the power test. So I'll leave it there for a minute so you can see it, how you're supposed to perform that. So if I'm doing something incorrect, I'm happy to hear different. Alright, so then it said the probe heat. So if we look at the probe heat test, the probe heat anti-icing system supplies heat to those probes. The alpha vane, the angle of attack, total air temperature probe on the left side, the pitot probes, 5 of them. So it goes on and continues to tell you about those. So in the auto, power is automatically supplied to both A and B systems when either engine is running. If the crew fails to activate the probe heat systems, the probe heat systems are still automatically turned on when the engines start. On, power is supplied to the heat system A and B. So this is interesting. On the ground, engine running, probe heats to on. Total air temperature probe has no power due to K1 air ground relay is energized. And so it gives you a complete explanation of how the entire systems work, which is very interesting. But what struck me here was the auto. Power is automatically supplied to both A and B. If the crew fails to activate the probe heat systems, the probe heat systems will still automatically turn on when the engines start. So basically we leave them in auto position. And then I've got a total air temperature test probe here that I can push, and then the probe temp annunciator will go out when that happens. So I'm going to leave them in auto like that. I'm just kind of curious to see once when the engines are started, because if I turn them on right now, all of these annunciators will go out. All of these annunciators you see here, the captain, pitot, first officer, pitot. If I turn it on, they are all extinguished. It's too bad that you can't see that. It doesn't simulate that when you turn them on, but anyway. So anyway, that's a good piece of information. It's a good source of information to find out how the systems operate. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. Alright, so moving along. Probe heat left in auto position. Anti-ice, let me just see, out of curiosity. We'll go back, and the anti-ice, which is here. So it says anti-ice wing in engine 1 and 2. So there's not any really any real test that I see on that. So, but here, oh no, never strike that. And again, I normally these would be all off, but Southwest likes the A's off and the B's on, so that's where they are now. And a voice recorder check. Confirmed. Cabin pressurization, we're going to be at flight level 370 today. So I'll go ahead and dial that in. 370. Air conditioning, we've checked that. Bleed pressure, we've gone through that already. Recirc's auto, packs are auto, and the engines are on, and we're going to do an overheat test. And wing body overheat test confirmed. And the pressurization is set. I think we'll dial this in, but I think this is 4,000 for Denver, 40, is that right? $53.27, $53.78, $5,400. 5,400. Alright, so the engines, both we're going to do engine right for the first start of the day. Alright, so let's get our ATIS, our clearance, and finish the CDU and move on. So let's get I don't know if let's see if by chance VATSIM is on. No, but we will file the flight plan and pre-file on the network. So someone else is flying this one, so we're going to call this 3849, 3850. How about 3850? I like that. 3850, Southwest 3850. There we go. So we're good there. Okay. So the IRS came to life, so we went ahead and entered that information in there, and they're got a perf in it. We'll request that. So I'm going to try something a little interesting. I'm going to, well, interesting, maybe not relevant. Hello, Aero Nation. Welcome aboard, Rodney. How are you? Sorry, just seeing you guys there on my way to work. your flow won't be daunting after a few hundred times. Yeah. No, it's not too bad. I'm just, because I've got some specific things on my mind, I'm trying to deduce, not deduce, but I'm trying to work through to make sure that they're not recurring issues, that I'm not really paying as good attention to the flow as I should. I know that's no excuse, but it's mine. Alright, so 3850. So what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and logging into VATSIM. They're going to give me a squawk code 7644, but then I'm also going to get say intentions up so I can have some ATC, but I want to have VATSIM up so if a controller does come online, he will see me and know that I'm up there, and then I can switch off of say intentions and move over to VATSIM. So that's the logic. I'm sure there's a proper way to do that. Alright, so up front, as I was explaining to y'all, is the Southwest Virtual dispatch sheet. It's got everything I have on my OFP here on the tablet as well, but I just thought I'd share this with you. The ATIS 3038,
traffic.
Oh, sorry, let's get rid of that. Turn that off. Go Patel, yay! Brother Patel got confirmed. Go take care of business now. Alright, so 3038. I'll recheck this when I get on. Say intentions too, just to see if it's gonna. So as you can see, the Q&H as it's strolling in there, 20, 21, it takes a little while getting used to this whole knob here, which is it's the way the Boeings work, but boy, you can fly by it real quick if you're not careful. So, all right, so performance is loaded. All right, so 121 zero fuel weight jives, takeoff weight 134, perfect. Hey, now we're getting something that's working. I like it. Deviation none. Temperature. Okay, so that's looking good. I'm gonna leave this up there. Okay, so this is showing 3848. So looks like say intentions is working. So come on, move over. I'm trying to grab this stuff. Let's get it there. Alright, so I'm going to leave both of those on the screen and bring up my, okay. And that's mainly just to keep an eye on the stream that the cameras are not going wonky on us. So, thanks for joining Aero Nation. Hello again, and Rodney, if you're still with me, I appreciate you guys stopping in. Alright, so let's see what do we have. I'm just going to leave that there. I don't think that'll hurt anything. Famous last words. So if anyone knows how to use the CPDLC thing with say intentions, I've got it all set up in ProSim according to the way it's supposed to be done, but I'm not quite sure. So you got CPDLC here. There's Southwest 48. The far as what this is showing, KUSA is the. Let's see if that works, and let's send log on. Maybe it'll work this time. It would be really cool if it did. Now the stream doesn't look like it's, let's see, oh, it's not live. Okay, so that should be live. Got to be careful what you touch on these things, because I guess it'll, yeah, okay, live. Yeah, so it says it's in progress. I don't know what it's doing, but it is or it isn't, I'm not sure. It's got the right information in it, I don't know, and according to, say, intentions. Oh, there it is. How about that? Okay. So what am I supposed to be getting? Okay, so log on status. That's already been done. So it looks like I'm on ATC log. Don't know what that does. Report request. Altitude, speed, direction. Request weather deviation, monitoring. No, don't need any of that. That would be all good flight information. ATN link status. I'm going to assume I have to make a request first, but I would have thought that would have been what I was doing. Okay, so let's try here. AOC. Request. Flight plan, no. Already have that. I want my clearance. Clarence. Salt Lake City. Clarence. Departure. Okay. Alright, so TLR. Takeoff and landing request. That's interesting. Let's just see what that's going to do. Okay, so moving along here. So takeoff. Let's print that and see what. Alright, so takeoff performance, Southwest 3848, Salt Lake City. It's just giving me nothing. 3-4 left drive, flaps, it doesn't even tell you anything, so I don't know. It's probably incomplete from, I'm sure it's operator error. I don't want to do the flight plan because I don't want to bring that and mess everything up that I've already gotten. So I'll have to explore it a little bit more, but it looks kind of cool. Ramp service, receive messages, takeoff performance. Where is my clearance? Clarence, I need my clearance. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like it's doing a lot more than it was doing before. Ramp service, no, don't need any of that. I'll do all of that through GSX. Interesting. All right, so let's get out of there for now. All right, so there's no deviation. That should be fine. Let's go to N1 limits. So according to look at this takeoff performance and see what this is, because yesterday they were way off on yesterday's flight, and then we'll show you what the performance tool here is. So performance, takeoff data, and it's 3-4 left. So they're showing 48 on the. That's showing 48 on this temperature, and this is on the select, and this is showing 50 or 30. Any comments from anyone as far as what you think about that? I would tend to take Southwest 4, 48/1. Take off. And they're showing flaps 5 here as well. And the CG is 20.8, I think. Was that it? 19.5. 19.5 on the CG. And let's go ahead and do this. So wind is 239 at 4. They don't show any slope on this, nor does it show the runway heading. It shows a suggested trim of 5.6, so we'll see what that works out to. So if I go back to the takeoff performance data inside of SimBrief, they do show 0 slope and a heading of 344. So 0/344. 344. Conditions are dry. And we put dry in there, so leads on, and you got all the conditions and everything in here. RTO on the brakes. But we can't see a lot of that, but it gives you ACARS ID conditions. That's going to be for landing. So it's a good piece of information, there's no question there. And then they've got their own checklist as well. Alright. So we're pretty much set here. Go back up and 5. Okay, it was 5.6, so that's 5.3. Okay, so this is, for the record, at whatever time in the timestamp it is on the video. So this is another anomaly I've noticed. Was I'm watching the speed on the speed tape, or the trim tape here. I can see the trim ticking off, and I'm looking for 5.6. Well, the trim tab on the throttle is not moving. So what I end up doing when that happens, and again, this is for the benefit of Tim was asking me about this too. Is there a delay? And yes, there is. So let me close this out of here, move this out the way, put this back on the other screen and minimize it because I don't need it right now. But alt tabbing over on your apps to pull up what is currently open and running, not responding, just absolutely not responding, nothing. Can't imagine what that could be. So what I end up doing is going to the taskbar, open up Task Manager, going into the app that I want in the apps listing, find the one I want. In this case, I want the throttle, the TQ driver, right click on it and maximize, so I can get it to come front and center. Bring to front. Why are you not moving? It's like it's stuck. It's not responding. It's interesting. Okay, so let's move all this stuff out of the way. Don't know if that'll have it. Yeah, one of these apps is causing this problem, and I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's the streaming. But I may have to exit out of here and go and pull it up and okay, so one thing I can do is, let's go to performance. I'm kind of curious to see, are we like maxing everything out here? 51%. Yeah, see, it's just like it's just kind of stuck here. I just have to believe it's an app that's causing the problem, because this is a 9800X 3D. It's not even breathing hard, and yet something has got it hung up and is tying up. I mean, Flight Simulator 16%, ProSim's 9%. There's nothing else going on that's of significance that's drawing any resources off of this thing. But that's part of why this stream is what it is. It's to figure out what is going on with this stuff. I can't even close Task Manager. Alright, I'm going to go try and do this from my network PC. so bear with me, guys. What I'm finding out is the TQ software throttle quadrant, or the throttle quadrant software is locked up, and it's causing problems. I can launch another session of it and it starts, but I'm trying to get where I can close it out, and I'm going to have to use Task Manager to kill the app. So I'm just waiting, because whatever it's doing, it's polling the system constantly, and it's tying up my computer. So as soon as it comes forward, I'll kill the app and start that over again. I'll be right back.
Disconnected.
Okay, so update, I managed to get it killed, and I'm slowly closing every other app that I have running. You probably noticed that I lost the stream information, or the departure, what do you call it, trip info banner. I'm closing everything out one by one to see what is tying up the computer and keeping it from moving. It's like the Alt tab, it just gets locked up and it won't move forward to another app so you can get on it. So something's tying up. The resources are fine. There's no load on the system, but something is tying up the PC and not allowing it to just Windows to cycle through. Maybe it's a Windows thing, I don't know, but I mean, I can't function like that. I've got to be able to pick an app and go to it when I need it, and that's just a normal course of running a computer. So if there's something in here that's running that's preventing it from working the way it's supposed to, I'm just going to have to reduce it, cut it off, try something different. So this stream's all about troubleshooting this cockpit, so sorry that it's not super entertaining. Okay, so I ended up killing say intentions, and then my computer starts working again. So it's either a combination of say intentions and vPilot running together that the system just does not like. So we're going to have to just do a process of elimination and figure out what is what here. So okay, 142, 144, 151. God, those numbers are ridiculous. Alright, and the performance tab for the takeoff was giving me 134, 137, 141, which jives with what I'm seeing here, so I like that. This is probably going to change because I'm going to have to go to here, and let's go look at our departure information. Alright, so we are flight level 370, rugged 3, the Purdy, so it's just like yesterday. So there's a rugged 3. And if I wasn't paying attention, you wouldn't know I even pushed that because it doesn't show anything. Purdy. Now it's showing it. God, that's unnerving. 3-4 left. Yes, the dogs are in the back. Alright, so we'll go ahead and select the arrival. And that's going to be the Longs 3. And that was the camper. And that's going to be 434 right. 34 right. Okay, go to legs, and we're going to go all the way down to page 7, and we're going to back into it. So we're going to go to this Boeing and take that disco out. Camper, there's a Purdy and a Purdy. And then we'll take Bubby, put that there, and that should be good. Alright. Cruises 370, minute ref, that looks good. Takeoff 43, we're good there. Okay, so we should be set. And we have in our PFD, we have 45 on the speed tape. We have 132 on the V1. We have 10,000 on the climb, and I'm going to go, well, we'll leave it at 10. No, we'll leave it at 20 for now. And I'm going to try this one more time. What I did was I closed both Say Intentions and vPilot. So I could see that everything else is running and all the cockpit hardware is running correctly. So now what I'll do is I'm going to go and launch Say Intentions again, because I really want to use that. I think it's a great little app. Okay, I need a bigger screen here. Need more real estate. Okay. There we go. See, I just noticed that again when I launched Say Intentions, the screen moved. That's interesting. Maybe it's because it added that to the. If anybody has that same phenomenon, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Launch Say Intention, and all of a sudden your screen moves. It's like, really? Okay. All right, Southwest 3848, and Kusa's live, so I want to see what we can do with this thing. D-Link. CPDLC, it says log off, log on status. KUSA is indeed working. I don't need any performance data because that's not correct anyway. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be telling me anything. Report request. No, I need. Let's log off. $124.75. Okay, that's interesting. Now my radio nav1 is in status mode. Good grief, what's that about now? Well, Giovanni, the hits just keep on coming. Now I look down to set my frequency on my nav1 radio, and it's just sitting here flashing back and forth. Lord knows what that could be. It was fine yesterday. Now it's doing this. So I don't know. Maybe I pushed the wrong button. Okay, I did a test and that worked. But turn it off. Well, let's see if we can do it this way. We got a bad nav. No audio. That's interesting. Let's see. It's probably because my headphones are back there and I didn't turn them off, so they're trying to take over the microphone. Alright, so 120, 124, 750. Now I just got a red light comes on. Goodness gracious.
SE on course heading, altitude,
Yeah,
and if flight following is requested, read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Whiskey. Salt Lake City International Airport, information Whiskey. 1754 Zulu. Wind 245 at 3. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, few at 1100 feet. Broken at 3100 feet. Broken at 4000 feet. Temperature 2. Dew point -1. Altimeter 3036. Density altitude 3200 feet. Arriving and departing runways 34.
Salt Lake City clearance delivery, Southwest 3850 request, 3848 request IFR to Denver with Whiskey.
Southwest 3848, clear to Denver via the Rugged 3 departure. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 8000. Expect flight level 370 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 135.5 squawk 3524, expect runway 34 left.
2534? 3524. Southwest 3848 is cleared to Denver via the Rugged 3. Then is filed, climb and maintain 8000, expect tree 70 and 10, departure frequency 133.5, squawk tree 524, Southwest 3848.
Southwest 3848, read back correct.
Tornado 892 Tango Oscar, hold short of taxiway Charlie, awaiting further instructions.
Holding short of taxiway Charlie Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
I'm going to go turn that headset off so you can see me.
Falcon 762 Foxtrot Romeo, hold short of runway 23 traffic on final approach.
Holding short of runway 23 Falcon 762 Foxtrot Romeo.
US Air 1223, Salt Lake ground, pushback and startup approved.
King Air 145 Kilo Alpha taxi to holding point Bravo 2 via taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to holding point Bravo 2 via Alpha King Air 145 Kilo Alpha.
Yeah, okay. Ground Delta 2863, vacated 34 left at Alpha 7. Currently on Alpha, looking for taxi instructions to gate Alpha 39, please.
Delta 2863, Salt Lake ground taxi to gate A39er via Alpha. Have a good day.
892 Tango Oscar, pushback. Approved contact tower when ready for taxi. Pushback approved, will contact tower when ready, Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
Ground November 123 Alpha Zulu.
3 Alpha Zulu, go ahead.
3 Alpha Zulu, we just landed, holding on taxiway, request taxi to parking, General Aviation.
Cherokee Tree 15 X-ray Papa, proceed to holding point Alpha 2 via taxiway Bravo. Proceeding to holding point Alpha 2 via Bravo, Cherokee Tree 15 X-ray Papa.
Stingray 239er AZ, Salt Lake ground taxi to parking via Kilo Monitor Tower on 118.3, good day.
Taxi to parking via Kilo Monitor Tower 118.3. Have a good day as well, Stingray 9er Alpha Zulu. Salt Lake ground, United 232, ready to taxi to the gate.
511 Hotel Alpha, proceed to holding point Bravo via taxiway Alpha.
Proceeding to holding point Bravo via Alpha Hawker 511 Hotel Alpha.
Sorry for the long break, guys. I may edit this out if time allows. I was just replying back to the FSC engineer of some of the issues I was having, so I figured I would take the time to do that, and I turned off my headset so that I could show him this other problem and redo this again. Hopefully that will work. Yeah, so Carlo, Giovanni, this was something I just noticed when I was starting this flight, is now this radio is acting up. It didn't do this yesterday after we had fixed the wire connections for the dimmer, but now this morning it's doing this, and I don't know what to do to correct it, so I'm just using nav or COM 2 instead. But yeah, this is bizarre. See if that recorded. Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure the audio was working so he could hear what I was saying. Yeah, it's just so bizarre. All these random things that are happening. I'm sure they're all related to some piece of software that's running somewhere that it doesn't like, and we got to find that, you know, that happy combination of what I can run and what I can't run, or maybe the order in which they can run or can't run. It's just unbelievable. It's like, oh, what are we going to have happen next? Unbelievable. All right. Okay, so let's see, where are we now? We got ground on COM 1, so let's see, where are we? We are in Salt Lake. We are at the ramp.
Cessna 908 Charlie Echo cross runway 30, contact ground on 121.9.
Oh,
Crossing runway 30, contacting ground on 121.9 Cessna 908 Charlie Echo.
34. Let's check this out real
Delta
quick.
8806, Salt Lake ground, push and start approved, tail east.
Push and start approved, tail
the rugged
east,
tree,
Delta 8806.
Above 13,
Delta 8806, and Alpha 8 ready for push and start.
Salt Lake City ground, Southwest 3848, ready for push and start.
Southwest 3848, Salt Lake ground, push and start approved, tail east.
Push and start is approved, tail east, Southwest 3848. Okay. Yeah, this is a little unnerving. Okay. So we got, let's activate that, and that'll clear that disk code. So we're going to put 148, 344 on that as well. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys may chime in and take a look at this, because I tell you what, you can type all the messages you want to, but until somebody sees something in action and it actually happening, it's really hard to describe it. And to me, picture's worth 1,000 words, so it really is true to form. So we're going to reset the fuel. Fuel on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So push and start tail east. Tail east, so we must be 3-4 left, so we're going to nose to the right. Let's see, and if they do decide to watch, they could post a comment.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, that's probably showing up as negative in there. I don't know if that's... Let's see if this is the culprit.
Locking gear.
I don't get it. Alright, so we want the nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Learjet 333 Lima Juliet, hold short of taxiway Lima, waiting for clearance.
Conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is
Lima,
completed.
Learjet 333 Lima Juliet.
Attention for just a moment. We'd like to point out the safety features of
Start number one.
Salt Lake ground taxi to the gate at your
safety
discretion.
information card is
Have a
in the
good
seat
evening.
back or literature pocket in front of you. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat end into the buckle. Pull the loose strap to tighten. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt tight and low across your hips and wear it any time.
Yeah, we got 21.
There are 8 emergency
Fuel to idle on number
exits,
2.
2 forward exit doors, 4 overwing window exits, and 2
So
exit
it's
doors in
showing
the
up
back.
there, but it's
Signs
not
overhead
letting
and
me.
lights on the floor lead to exits. If an evacuation is necessary, follow flight attendant commands and leave everything. This aircraft is equipped with life rafts. 2 life rafts are located in the forward ceiling compartment and 2 life rafts are located in the ceiling compartments at mid-cabin.
Okay, it's
In the
showing
event
up
of a
right
water
here.
evacuation,
So we'll shut that
use the
down.
life vest
So that's
under your seat.
confirmed.
Remove the vest only if
Alright,
told
so
to
we
do
should
so.
have
Pull
stopped
the
now.
red strap
Boom,
to open the
good.
container
Start
and
number
remove
1.
the pouch. Remove the vest
So
from the
on,
pouch as
those are
shown on
on.
the safety
We'll go
information
autos on
card.
that. Engine
Place the
1
vest
here.
over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, buckle it in the front, and pull to tighten. Once outside, pull down on the red tab to inflate the vest. To manually inflate, blow into the tube at your shoulder.
22,
Your
fuel
vest
to
has
idle.
a light that turns on automatically in the water. Please refer to the safety information card for use of a life vest on an infant.
Please
Flight
set parking
attendants will
brakes.
distribute additional vests if needed. We are coming by to check that your seatbelt is fastened, your seat back and tray table
So to confirm
are
on the
in full
PFD, we
upright
have
lock
speed
position,
tape
and your
45, that's
carry-on
normal. We
items
have
completely
V1
under the
showing.
seat
We
in
have
front of you or in an
20,000
overhead bin,
altimeters
leaving
initial
the area from the seat
altitude.
clear.
We have our heading
Smoking
course
is
set
not
to
allowed on
344,
board,
which is the
including
runway
the
departure.
lavatory. The use and charging
again,
of
speed is set
electronic
for
cigarettes
143.
is prohibited.
V2,
Federal law prohibits
that's
tampering
good.
with,
Number 2 is a good
disabling,
start.
or destroying
So
any
we're going
smoke
to go onto the
detector
bus,
in an aircraft
and
laboratory.
we'll go packs
It
on
is also
and
prohibited
hydraulics
to
all
consume
on.
alcohol that you have brought with you on this flight. Federal
KPU off.
aviation regulations require passenger compliance with the
ask me
lighted
if they haven't
passenger
already.
information signs,
There we
posted
go.
placards,
Want to know if
and
I got
crew
a good
member
engine
instructions,
start.
including information on seatbelts and smoking. If needed, 4 oxygen masks will drop from a compartment overhead.
Cockpit to ground.
To
We have a good engine start.
oxygen,
You can
pull
disconnect.
down on the mask.
Flaps 5
Keeping it
for
fully
departure.
extended. Place the mask over your nose and
And
mouth
pushback
and
time,
breathe
start the
normally.
chrono.
Secure the mask with the elastic strap. Although oxygen will be flowing, the plastic bag may not inflate. Continue wearing the mask until otherwise notified by a crew member. If you are traveling with children or anyone needing special assistance, put on your mask first.
Transponder
Please remove any face
3524.
coverings before donning an oxygen mask. We are here for your comfort and safety. Please report any unwelcome behavior to a flight attendant.
Transponder set.
Thank you for your attention. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy your 1 hour and 30 minutes flight to Denver. Welcome aboard.
All aircraft be advised, information X-ray is now current. Altimeter 3035.
3035.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Not going to get one.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Here she is. So, anti-collision lights on, logo's off, that's off, that's off. Don't run over her. Salt Lake City ground, Southwest 3848. We're ready to taxi with information. X-ray.
Southwest 3848, taxi to runway 34 left via Hotel Echo Alpha, Alpha 1.
Learjet 333 Lima Juliet, hold short of taxiway hotel traffic on final approach. Holding short of taxiway hotel Learjet 333 Lima Juliet.
Is it not showing me anything here? Your ground, Southwest 3848 cleared to taxi or 34 left via Hotel Foxtrot Alpha, Alpha 1, Southwest 3848. Alright, so taxi lights on. Yeah, it would be nice to know if something disconnects without having to physically go and look at the software to see. You know, you get some sort of acknowledgement or something to signify that it's off. Let's adjust that a little bit. Graphics. Put that back on DLA. DLAA. Yeah, so just coming off of that pause for a moment, it threw that completely off. Interesting. Alpha.
Tornado 892 Tango Oscar, taxi to holding point Charlie via taxiway Bravo and Echo. Taxiing to holding point Charlie via Bravo and Echo, Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
Yeah, probably taxiing a little bit too fast, 35, but let's just get the show on the road here because I'm not real confident this flight's going to be a success, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a good old try. Yeah, I'm going to try another flight with absolutely nothing on, just me and the airplane, because if there's any of this software that's causing this stuttering or the issues, that's not going to work. That's not going to work long term. Okay, so let's go over to tower. Flight attendants, please be seated for departure. Salt Lake City Tower, Southwest 3848, holding short at 34 left, ready for departure with X-ray.
Southwest 3848, Salt Lake Tower, runway 34 left, winds 340 at 5. RNAV Bubby, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 left, RNAV Bubby, Southwest 3848. All right, so he's given us Bubby, so we're gonna punch that in there, clear that out again, and go. All right, start the chrono, lights on, that's off, continuous. Alright, so chrono started. 40%. Toga. Oh. Clear speed alive. Feel the pressure on the yoke, 80 knots, I'll loosen that up. Coming up. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Wheels up. Flaps 1.
Southwest 3848, contact departure.
Over to departure, Southwest 3848.
Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray expedite, climb to 2,000 feet traffic on departure. Climbing to 2,000, expediting Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray.
Salt Lake City departure, Southwest 3848, out of 6,600. All right, flaps up. Let's try 20.9. Salt Lake City departure southwest 3848 out of 8,000.
Southwest 3848, Salt Lake departure, radar contact, direct Bubby. Climb and maintain flight level 270.
Direct Bubby up to 270, Southwest 3848. So, Luciano, if you're watching, yeah, it's got to add a lot of trim, and the trim tab, yeah, the trim tab's working, but man, a lot of trim to get it off. There we go. Maybe. Alright, so 10,000 lights off, and the light overhead is out again.
There is a beverage menu in your seat back pocket, or you may go to the Southwest beverage
so
menu
we're going to
on
go off on this.
SouthwestWiFi.com, where these options are displayed. Please be mindful of the flight attendant serving you in the aisle and remain seated while the fasten seatbelt sign is on. We have lavatories in the front and back of the aircraft. The sign on the ceiling.
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that we were getting some lights that were, just check this, make sure everything's okay. So the backlights on the overhead, the entire backlighting on the engine, crew, oxygen, and all of that is out. That's completely out. The light panel on the front of the overhead is completely out. And the way I'll bring it back is all I got to do is tap this and move this a little bit, the dimmer, and it come back on. Yeah, so now I got this block that's back and these are back, but it's like, okay, random. Okay. Enable next altitude, progress. Alright, still have the issue with the flight illusion gauges. The altimeter is still not staying in sync. We got 13.7 on the PFD, 15.3, so it's a couple thousand feet off.
Southwest 3848, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330, Southwest 3848. 330 on that, so that's good. Yep. 15 and 16.5, so yeah, it's having a hard time keeping up with that for sure, if at all. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So Giovanni's asking me to run that CP flight test on the overhead to see about this
Piper,
whole
345 Charlie, maintain present altitude traffic at your 9 o'clock of Boeing 737.
Why that's not working, and possibly discover what's with these backlights. I'm sure there's a loose wire somewhere. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Atlas 2112 Salt Lake approach, roger.
But why it would just randomly switch over is kind of bizarre. 1 minute it's this panel, then it'll be this panel, then it'll be that panel, and then it'll come on. And then the dome light coming off and on this morning, that was bizarre too, that it just didn't come on at all. It's working okay now. Okay, 18,000.
Southwest 3848, contact Salt Lake Center on 127.7.
27.7 for 3848, we'll see you. Salt Lake Center, Southwest 3848, climbing out of flight level 190 for 330.
Southwest 3848, Salt Lake Center, good afternoon.
So we're direct Hertz.
Southwest 3848 Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 370, Southwest 3848. She always party out here. Party. Oh, that was that other route. Yeah, so the other thing that I'm curious of is the information that's going to be produced. All the fields are here, but none of the information's filling in. Yeah, see, they're all blank. Doesn't tell you anything. And let's see if I could request a return. Yeah, I'm a little apprehensive to do that and end up fouling the soup some kind of way. But let's see. Departure clearance. Yeah, well, that would be nice. We could have got that earlier. Let's see. Facility. SKUSA, I think, is where that's supposed to be coming from. ATIS Kilo, Gate 11. That's
Piper 623 Charlie Echo,
that'd be awesome if that would come through.
Currently at 7500, Piper 623 Charlie Echo. Climb maintain flight level 300 for Delta 252.
Delta 252, maintain flight level 330.
Maintain flight level 330 for Delta 252.
That was a random ding dong. Somebody calling me, unless that was, oh, never mind, let's see. So, okay, maybe it did come through. Departure request status, 3848 received request, being processed, standby. Well, that's awesome. I don't know what that little, there's something in the upper left-hand corner that just looks like some garbage. Where the OPE is on the right, because it's kind of overlapped. Looks like open. The word open is overlapping from the top of the screen back around. I'm really kind of curious if the inside of the cockpit looks that way in real life. It's kind of got a blue tint because it's really the blue outside that's reflecting inside. So we'll see.
Southwest 3848 Salt Lake Center. Verify you're squawking 1123 mode C.
Yes. Squawk code 1123 Southwest 3848 verified.
Southwest 3848, radar contact 13 miles east of Hoytsville Airport at flight level 300, heading 086 Colville altimeter 30.30, cleared direct per T.
Direct per T, Southwest 3848, thank you. Gave me some pretty clear...
Southwest 3848, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 370, Southwest 3848. She already gave me that, but okay. Yeah, so this is interesting on the departure request status. It's saying it's received request being processed, standby. So I'll just let it do its thing there. So I don't think we had a step climb in here, but let's check it out. Nope, no step climb. Yeah, there's no one there. Buddy Ben is probably down in LA. Yeah, so overall I would say I'm reasonably happy with the say intentions. I mean, it's not bad. It does a pretty decent job. It's better than flying with nothing. It'd be nice if there was a little bit more background traffic, sort of like when I had FS
Southwest 142, turn left, heading 190.
ATC going.
Turn left to 190, Southwest 142. United 2 Mike Kilo, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Okay, so we're at cruise. Along the way, we're going to keep track of
United 2 Mike Kilo, climb and maintain flight level 360.
electrical power, hydraulic systems, cabin temperature, engine status, fuel usage, flight plan progress, pressurization panel, and plan arrival. So right now, that's not really giving us anything. Let's see, departure, 1TD squawk. Clear to Denver via the Rugged 3, departure. Okay, that's interesting. Let's print that and see what it gives us. Clear to Denver via the Rugged 3 departure, maintain flight level 290, departure on 120.9, squawk 1123, ground on 121.9er when ready. Okay. Wilco, send. I mean, it's not bad. It's the alignment's a little bit off, but that's not that big a deal. It's kind of interesting, though. Okay. Schedule, date, estimated time of departure, estimated time en route. Okay. We don't need that one. Enough. It should be plenty. So let's see. 25. We put the 25 estimated time of departure 1751. Estimated time en route 0100126. Airline ID is, I don't know why you put that, because we already had that.
Southwest 3848. Expect the Longs 3 arrival. Descent coming up in about 15 minutes.
Expect the Longs 3 arrival, Southwest 3848.
Southwest 3848, roger. Continue on the Longs 3 arrival.
Okay, so... Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's something I wanted to do, is check on that sound.
FedEx 101 Heavy reduced speed to 280 knots for sequencing.
Slowing to 280 knots, FedEx 101 Heavy.
it's not going to be too rude. There's no way to really tell. Alright, well, ProSim's still running. I mean, software's still running, so that's good. Alright, so let's take a look and see the long Z.
Southwest 3848, contact Denver Center on 120.475.
20475 for Denver Center. Thank you, Southwest 3848.
Denver Center 13495, November 254.
Denver Center, Southwest 3848, flight level 370.
Southwest 3848, Denver Center, good afternoon.
Yeah, so we got some pretty cool features in this cockpit. Of course, we got the AutoPilot Following Yokes, which is pretty cool. The tiller is also pretty cool. I mean, it's very solid feeling. This one, the pilot side, is control loading. How it works, I have no idea. And the first officer side, which I know is not standard, but I wanted one just so that from time to time I might want to fly over there. And then when I'm flying with someone else, they can still steer the airplane too on the ground. We've got some added vents, which are not typically found on these cockpits, where you've got windshield air, foot air, and a vent. The vent is not functioning. It looks like it is, but it's not. It's just 3D printed, but the switches are. And I've got one set up where I've got a fan coming in the side of the cockpit here, so it pulls the air in from outside the cockpit, which is nice. The oxygen mask boxes don't have anything in them right now. They physically are designed to have the actual mask in them. Let's see, switch the test light on and then to dim. Let's see. Oh, switch the test light on. Wait a minute. And then to dim or bright. Not following. Switch the test light on and then to dim or bright.
Bravo. Mike cleared to climb 10,000, resume own navigation.
There's no dim or bright.
Climbing to 10,000, resuming own navigation. Mooney, 10 Bravo, Mike.
Salt Lake Center, 119.95, TBM 25, Papa Bravo.
Denver Center, Tomcat 123 with you, good afternoon, flight level 300.
Tomcat 123, Denver Center, good afternoon.
Okay, so he sent me a message for the comm radio that was flashing. He said hit the test button and then cycle the lights dim and bright on the panel, which that's the only dim bright switch I have, so I assume that's what he was talking about, and it worked. It reset the radio. So 120 point, that's the same there. Obviously the standbys are going to be unique because they could be anything. Okay, so let's take a look at our long Z arrival since we're 47 miles to the top of drop. She told me to proceed so I can descend at pilot discretion.
Southwest 3848, Denver Center, descend via Longs 3 into Denver.
Wow, did I just say that or what? Descend via the Longs 3 into Denver, Southwest 3848. Alright, so let's go into here, Longs 3. And 13,000, let's see, we're going to be alright, so let's look at our descent. And our deviation is, that's a good little movement on the autopilot there. Let's see. Denver Center, Southwest 3848. Do you have the altimeter for the QNH for Denver? Alright, well we can get it through our love cars. Yeah, so something is still
FedEx 389, heavy descend and maintain 12,000.
Okay, so
descending to 12,000, FedEx 389, heavy.
Delta 536, Denver Center. Good evening. United 221, roger. Descend and maintain flight level 210.
Alright, so Denver's 3020. And why am I doing this? Because I need the QNH 1023 because that's the only thing it'll take. 23, so that's the QNH there. We'll include that, and let's go get our descent winds. Okay, so let's go 200. 18. And then 15. 150. 19 and 10. And then 10,000. And that'll be 328 at 10. Okay, so that's good. And we have flaps 30 here. 353 is our heading. And 111.1. All right, ILS 111.1 in both the nav 1 and nav 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're going to start our descent down into Denver here shortly, and I just would ask that you please put away your personal items and be prepared for landing here. I want to thank you for flying with us today. And when your travel plans call again for air travel, we ask that you consider Southwest as your carrier of choice. So until we see you again, have a great day. We'll be on the ground in about 20 minutes. Take care.
Southwest 887, maintain Mach 78. Maintaining Mach 78, Southwest 887.
United 545 ident. Ident.
Alright, so
119.95,
let's look at this descent. Pressurization, we have landing altitude set 5,400. Auto brakes are going to be set to 3, or 2 rather. Flight instruments are going to be set. We have our references already considered, and we're going to be arriving Denver on the 3-4 left, I believe. Now, see, speed's running away from us now. It did that the last time too. Even though the speed is set to 260, it's still running away. Got full drag on. And yes, Chuck, it's a dress. Alright, so 3-4 right. I think it was 3-4 right. ILS 3-4 right. It's trying, but man. Alright, so 353 and 111.1, and then we're looking at 10,000. Yeah, so the throttle was not responding initially. I'll double check and make sure that it's, I hope Luciani chimed in and watched this, because that would speak volumes. Yeah, it looks like it's still connected, yeah. Okay. All is well so far. 35, 575.
O0 feet. Arriving and departing runway 25, advise on course heading.
Oh, that's not it. That's Eagle County. Well, we're on profile, so we can lose the speed brake now.
JetBlue 617 cross time and at or above 10,000.
Crossing Timon at or above 10,000, JetBlue 617.
ActiveSky's still up. Okay, good. Alright, so again, lost the backlighting on the lights panel and the oxygen panel and engine panel at the top. Cool. They got, like, you can see the mountains down there that are covered with snow. Yeah, poking their heads out.
November 672, Bravo Charlie climb and maintain 10,000.
Climbing to 10,000, November 672, Bravo Charlie.
Frequency change approved, squawk will be in R. Lava View, Papa.
Yeah, so I'm not able to get the software to come up on top. Now I got to go back into Task Manager, see if I can get it to come up to the front. Bring to front. Yep, the software, the TQ software will not come up front. That's interesting. Let's try maximizing it. It won't do it. It just flat won't do it. And I don't think that's right because, well, let's see. Yeah, no, it's not even connected. See, there's no response whatsoever. Okay, so let's see if I can kill it. Yep. So had to kill the software again, the throttle quadrant software. Click, there we go. So now we're going to put the auto throttle back on. Yep. Yep. So there's no indication of when it's lost. So there's a clicking sound that it makes. Yeah, I can get the FSCCL software to come up front. Now the TQs come up forward. So that's really bizarre. Okay. All right, so we're at Dory 20,000. We're still on profile. Helmet. So what last night the controller was telling me that helmet is the that's for the RNAV. Approach transition to B free.
maintain 300 knots.
Maintaining 300 knots, JetBlue 222. United 221, roger. Descend and maintain flight level 210. United 221, descend and maintain 14,000, altimeter 29901.
14,000, 29901, United 221.
ILS 34 right. That's ILS 34 right, and totally different. Okay, let's do B free. Belongs 3. Now, what is that here? Don't want 300 knots. Alright, so let's look at the legs. Camper. No, we're not doing that, so let's go. Longs is going to be our current waypoint. There we go. Helmet. Why do you do that? 320. Okay. Be free. Heard from them in a while.
Southwest 3848, contact Denver approach on 119.3.
19.3 for Southwest 3848. Denver Center Southwest 3848, 15,000.
Southwest 3848, Denver approach. Good afternoon. Denver altimeter 30.18. Expect the ILS runway 16 right approach into Denver via Cayley.
Please go laptop computers and similarly sized
Cessna 172 Alpha Bravo, turn right, heading 150, descend to 2,500, report airport in sight.
secured for the remainder
Right,
of the flight.
150, descending to 2,500, will report the airport 172 Alpha Bravo.
Overhead bin, leaving the area.
Southwest 3848, Denver approach, direct Cayley. Descend and maintain 8,000. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 right approach, Cayley transition.
Descend and maintain out 8,000 direct Cayley, cleared for the ILS 16 right approach, 3848. Alright, so direct Cayley. That's got to be up here somewhere. Let's see. Man, they're just throwing me freaking curveballs every which way you can get it. 16 right approach. Where's Kaylee? No idea where Kaylee is. Southwest 3848 request vectors to Kaylee.
Southwest 3848, fly heading 136 for vectors to ILS runway 16 right at KDEN.
Right to 136 vectors for ILS 16 right at Denver, Southwest 3840. Alright, so we're gonna, okay, that's interesting. And they want us to send 8,000, so. Alright, so let's see. We're on heading, so let's find a new arrival. ILS 16 right. Kaylee transition. Now I see it. Let's see. That's Kaylee.
Japan Airlines 701, turn right, heading 150 vectors for the ILS approach. Right to 150 vectors for the ILS, Japan Airlines 701.
So Newland, that's better. Newland's 9,000. But he said 8, so that's Mervin. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay this route until we can get over there a little bit closer. Lights on. Alright, so that's looking better. approach Southwest 3840 direct Merlin. Mern.
Southwest 3848, unable direct Maryland. Fly heading 136 for vectors to ILS, runway 16 right at KDEN.
Forget you, dude.
Southwest 3848, contact Denver Tower on 124.3.
FedEx 1243, have your approach descend and maintain 4,000 clear to direct Cobham, join 27 localizer.
Denver Tower 120.3, Southwest 3840.
Roger, cleared for ILS 17 right approach, and we'll descend until established on localizer.
73.
Southwest 721, affirmative. Maintain heading 360.
Maintain heading 360, Southwest 721.
Alright, so we're going to go outbound and shoot this out. Yeah, there's all kinds of screwy errors, so let's see. On 1.9. .73, 111.9. Check. Runway approach, tune, disagree. Runway approach, tune, disagree. I'm on 111.9. That's what it is. 111.9 and 73. If you don't like that one. gear down. Just at 200
on 635, Juliet Whiskey, right to 090, climb to 7,000.
RT.
Denver Tower, Southwest 3840, 16 right.
Instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information.
Denver Tower, Southwest 3848, 16 right.
Southwest 3848, Denver Tower, winds 350 at 5, runway 16 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, 16 right, Southwest 3848. We got a 5-knot headwind. We'd have stayed where we were going, and these Yahoo's switched me to the opposite runway. Go figure. Okay, so that's interesting. The throttle is obviously disconnected because we have no indication of trim. There we go. Yeah, this thing's disconnecting all over the place. Jeez. Now we're doing this, going back to this thing where we got, come on, record. Goodness gracious, record. All right. See, the trim is all the way up. Now it's flipping back. The yoke of the trim wheel is coming backwards. It's going all kind of cattywampus directions. Now it's going backwards. It's like, what is wrong with this thing? Now I'm going to take the, I'm going to disconnect the approach, and then it quits. Or disconnect the autopilot and it quits. It's like, jeez, man. So now I've got to pitch down because I've got all of this extra trim that shouldn't have been in there in the first place. Yeah, I'm going to put it down.
Traffic on a 1 mile final, extend downwind. Extending downwind, Diamond Tree, 71 Bravo, Charlie. Over to 128.25, American 516.
United 280, welcome to Denver. Contact ground on 131.975.
Over to ground on 31.975, United 280.
Southwest 3848, welcome to Denver. Contact ground on 121.35.
Seat back and tray cable in their full upright and locked position. And
12135, Southwest 3848, thank you.
When the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign, please be careful when opening the overhead bin. Items may have shifted during flight and could fall out.
Denver
You may now
ground,
use
Southwest
the cellular
3848,
function of
taxi
your
to the
small
ramp.
portable electronic devices, but please remain seated and leave your carry-on stowed. Please be advised the aircraft doors will be open during ground servicing. For your safety, please ensure that you and any children you are supervising remain clear of the front and back doors. If you are connecting here to another Southwest flight, please check the monitors in the terminal for your flight and gate number. We certainly have enjoyed sharing part of our day with you. We know you have a choice when you fly, and we thank you for choosing Southwest Airlines.
Diamond, November tree 71 Bravo Charlie, cleared for takeoff runway 14. Cleared for takeoff runway 14, Diamond, November tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
United 1986, contact departure.
United 1986, we'll see you.
All right, guys. Well, that was it on that one. So we got some troubleshooting to do for sure. I'm gonna take the I'm gonna change the SimConnect back to FSC IPC and see if that doesn't do it. But I'm suspect there's something else because I had several good flights after making that change when Tim and I set it up to get the weather. So I'm suspect that it has something to do maybe with say intentions or that Skyview banner, trip banner that I put up there. I don't know, but it's a little confusing, and we'll just have to figure it out. So back to work.